here's a secret. These cute little mice aren't happy citizens at all. No, they are slaves, I tell you, slaves to the greedy cats. Whiskerwood is yet another city builder featuring cute creatures. I think I've seen a few of these, animal buildings, settlements and such. I'm not averse to them, but just an observation. Have we hit animal city builder fatigue? Maybe not. Because Whiskerwood, which just got a demo you can play right now, is a little more than just building a small colony of happy whiskers. Yep, the mice here are called whiskers and they are ruled by their feline overlords, the cats, called the claws. This is actually a game about survival. How long can you survive against the ever-increasing demands of the claws? Now here's a rather intriguing aspect of Whiskerwood. It's a mix of different types of strategy games. While it has elements of a city builder, the happiness of your whiskers produce a direct resource called approvals. This is what you use to get new whiskers to your colony. Note that each whisker may have attributes of their own, like this little dude is rude and annoys everyone he passes. So pick the right whiskers and keep them happy. And get more approvals to get more whiskers. Approvals are also used to enact policies that help you improve your colony. Then there is the whole element of a production chain and logistics where you build complex production lines with conveyor belts and such. Imagine Factorio, a little Satisfactory or even Timberborn, which as you can see here I've not been able to get to in this demo. But if you were better than me in this game, you can build magnificent automated systems. Automated as long as you have the whiskers around to work in them. And quite frankly, Whiskerwood is a little similar to a favorite city builder of mine, Against the Storm. There are elements of it here. Like in Against the Storm, you are tasked to please the whims of a regal entity, in this case the claws. And if you are not able to pay their tax, show contempt towards their kindness for allowing you meager mice to colonize a new island, well, you will have to face their displeasure. Playing this for just a few minutes, you get a sense that these cats don't really care about the mice. This is a game that takes the age-old rivalry of cat and mouse to new heights. Somewhat not hidden, I suppose this game tells the story of industrial exploitation of workers. I'm being serious here, but not for profit, but for the monarchy. It hides an anti-monarchy sentiment. But whatever you may think about the hidden message in Whiskerwood, it is a game with many different dimensions. As you can see in the gameplay, this blocky game is also a bit of a vertical city builder. Every island is a hill or a mountain, so how you build around it and get around it is a bit like a puzzle game. Where you are going to place the housing, where are you going to place the mine and processing, what comes from the mine. You can define the work areas of these buildings, so production buildings don't need to be right beside the resources, but try to minimize the travel time of the mice for a more efficient process. It's not so straightforward for sure. Despite its cutesy exterior, Whiskerwood is a mighty challenging game in many ways. Beyond just how you build a colony on a hill, supply ships bear gifts from the benevolent crown. Well, they are not quite gifts. You see, you'll have to pay for these supplies during tax time. Yes, you take a debt for these supplies. Not so benevolent. Every couple of days, the taxman arrives at your island to collect what he says is rightful to the crown or the claws, and you'll need to work towards paying off these while keeping your mice alive, which is no easy feat, let me tell you. This was a very painful part of the game, with the taxes oftentimes being incredibly expensive for your fledgling colony. But the devs have recently nerfed this so that the tax doesn't progressively increase as high, so you'll have more of a chance to grow your economy than to rush to fulfill some exorbitant demands of the cats. The cats do give you rewards for paying your taxes though. You'll get an option of picking like one of 3 rewards, and you can choose to reroll this if you don't like the rewards. This part is very reminiscent of Against the Storm. But don't get me wrong, I said it's like Against the Storm just in terms of this 1 or 2 things. Whiskerwood doesn't have the roguelike elements of a campaign like Against the Storm though. While the demo is rather limited in terms of what you can build, it's the early part of the game. It still showcases some pretty challenging elements of balancing your mice needs and doing what you're told to do, which here I spectacularly failed. And I got the mice to make their own graves. It's kinda twisted, but don't blame me, it's the cat's fault. I do feel Whiskerwood has a lot of spinning plates to balance. It doesn't feel like a combination of a few simple but tight mechanics, but these are very in-depth stuff that I'm not sure they all work together super well right now. Like, one point of frustration for me is you can stack buildings and build stairs and parts. I mean, cool, but rather clumsily. A lot of times you won't know why you can't build this, it's a bit unintuitive. Unlike say Cataclysmo, which I really like that had templates, this game needs templates for stacked houses. Copy this feature from Cataclysmo, please devs. Whiskerwood comes out on November 6th, but I expect the devs to do more fine-tuning, just like how they patched this demo. There's a very detailed city builder hybrid here with really great mechanics, but I do feel like the balance is the key thing here that makes you have fun. Maybe it's supposed to be incredibly challenging, but we'll see how things are at release. I might do a more detailed video about my final thoughts when the game is launched, or do a playthrough video even, we shall see. I want to hear from you ladies and gentlemen. Have you played the demo and did you find it too difficult to progress? What did you think of the early portion of the game? If you want to know why I love Against the Storm so much, not just me but a lot of you folks as seen in the Steam reviews, do check out this video I did on the game. Thanks for watching and farewell noble friends.